Guardians.
Yo, on this episode of guys, listen, I'm not in the mood to do it this
Oh
week,
no.
All right.
dude.
We tried.
So I'm a little tired,
Yeah.
because I got a little drunk last night and just
Oh,
woke
no.
up, and I might still be, because listen, I got dumped yesterday, and I'm
Oh.
really sad.
Oh, I'm sorry
Sorry.
to hear that, but I also didn't know that you were dating someone.
I had no clue.
So
I'm so sad. dude.
wait. Did this girl know you were in a relationship with her, or was that
That's
like?
a really good question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is this the same girl that left you on a park bench?
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell are you thinking, dude?
She left you on a park bench. I think you're better off.
Till
buddy.
2 a.m. He drove like
What the
3
fuck?
hours.
Yeah, no, fuck that girl, dude. You're good.
Oh my
Yeah, it was-
god.
I guess horror movie night didn't go well. Yeah, so dude, it was just like, yeah,
Oh.
really sad.
So when are we gonna get in part 2 of How to Get Laid?
Dude, we were gonna make it together, bro. We had
Oh,
like,
no.
we had like drawn up the script and everything. She was like super. We were gonna like, oh man, I'm so
I'm
sad.
just gonna skip part 2 now and go to 3
We're not
after.
doing part 2. Dude. We're not doing part 2.
Oh god.
Oh man,
Not anymore.
I have this spare soprano saxophone, and I got home and I was just like, it's just like so sad that I threw it out the window just for fun. I was like, oh, why not?
Oh,
I have this saxophone.
oh no.
It's a spare one. So
Yeah, it's a spare.
Now it's a despair.
I never really use it. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty
now
rough
that
shit.
can just be your like stress ball that you smash into a million pieces all the time.
Yeah.
That sucks,
Well,
man.
just as heartbreaking as your love life, Destiny is a game that still exists.
Yeah, it is. And I feel like, yeah, Destiny it's out on PC.
It's out on the market, guys.
He's a shell of a man right now.
Grab
Oh my
your
God.
grab your copies while you still can before they sell out.
Oh no.
Right?
Well, there was a Vidoc that came out this week. Pretty exciting. I enjoyed it.
He's good. Good by Doc.
I mean, I really was excited seeing the footage of that dungeon. I think that was probably like the most exciting part of the whole thing. The dungeon looks like way more intricate than Shattered Throne, which is really cool.
And I'm really hoping we only saw like a fragment of it, because even so, like we saw a little bit of the Shattered Throne in the Vidocs prior, right?
I don't
And so
remember.
I don't
we
remember.
saw bits and pieces, like bits and
I
pieces.
think
I
we
don't
got
think
a
any more than
screenshot of like something. I remember there's this like picture of like a Titan on like a floating rock, like looking up, like something
Yeah.
that's not possible in game, and
right.
with his gun like by his side.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing like a black temple, and it's like, oh, it's
How do you think that like they code that in? They're like, we have the secret button to put the gun down by your side.
right.
Posing for
Right.
pictures.
It's obviously like an in-game screenshot.
Give
like,
us
what are they-
cinema mode, dude. Just give it to us. You have it. Just give it to us.
I mean, you have a little bit, like, you can take the HUD off and stuff like that. That's pretty cool, but I don't know what the gun down at the side is. But,
Yeah.
I mean, this is, again, like, workflow stuff where they're talking about their vision and stuff. What'd you guys think of the whole, like, 5 more years of Destiny 2?
It wasn't 5 more years. It was 5 years total, I think is what I got from that.
Well, he said they have a 5-year vision, and if you look at the whiteboard, 5 years of seasons from now, not from year 1.
I could be down with that. I would like to not have to buy another complete game at another point. If they can sit here and expand Destiny, like that's
There
great.
has to be something to this though, right? Because in 2020, like late 2020, the new consoles are going to come out, and I can't imagine them keeping the engine the way it is and 30 FPS consoles for like 3.5 years
No, I
on the
would
new
say
consoles. That would be a little weird. I gotta
my best
say.
guess is 2021. We're gonna get Destiny 3 or some sort of iteration of another Destiny. You
Off
know,
that Tiger engine.
well, hopefully not. No.
No,
Or wait.
we want to get off the Tiger engine.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
getting off of the Tiger engine. Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought you said like. Never mind. I misheard you.
Oh, you thought building Destiny
Building
3
off of
off?
the Tiger engine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, they we definitely want to get off the Tiger engine.
Yeah. No, it's fucking Unreal or something. Something better. Like,
Like, just imagine they're like 5 more years of Destiny 2, guys. We're not doing any dedicated servers. We're not changing the engine, you know?
I almost wonder if by then that's when their whatever the copy uh, copyright or trademark they did for that weird thing that was just kind of a random thing they did for software. Matter, yes. I wonder if that's going to be like their engine. It's going to be like the Matter engine.
You think
It's for
that's what they're
software.
building as an engine?
I would assume. I
I was
figured
hoping that they
said it was
would.
software. Like,
I was
why would
hoping
it
they'd
not
license
be?
an engine, unless they have like another development team working on that, because I don't think that they're capable. Like, they're not engineers. Like,
No, but to be fair, if they had that other company that they had backing them investing into this, right? So they've got another company probably working on the engine with them. This is all speculation. I don't fucking know shit, but if they did, it would make sense.
hmm,
And if with Destiny being the game that it is, the way that it is, there's not a whole lot of first person shooters that evolve the way this does,
right.
So it would
Yeah,
only
they
make
need
sense
better
for them to have
development
their own
tools.
proprietary something, and better than what they have or were
Yeah.
given by
The problem
Activision.
with proprietary, like, they can't update it. Like, if a company is just like supporting an engine and they're like experts at doing that, then over time they can make the development tools better and better. If Bungie has to do it themselves, I just feel like we just get this convoluted, like, same situation as now. They've like iterated the Tiger engine to suit their needs, but I feel like they're doing so many workarounds that
Hmm.
by the time they
Well,
figure
they're
out how
having
to
to go
do it, it
back and
takes,
unspool the ball of the shit that they created, right? And
yeah.
have to work in the new things that they've thought of or are doing. But if they worked on this engine for that long, you would assume that they'd be taking this knowledge into a new engine and making that better from there. I would
Yeah.
We
assume.
have no idea, but
We
like
don't know shit, dude. We're speculating.
I
Right?
remember that Matter thing coming out, and everyone thought it was gonna be like a mobile game or something.
It
Yeah.
says software. My guess is an engine. That's what they need, and that's what it I would hope. Especially with
Be
another
pretty
company
cool.
investing so much money into it. I would hope so.
Yeah, and then they could license it to other people for money and stuff. But
Yeah.
Because
But I don't foresee that happening. I
could be
don't.
nice.
This 5 year thing, dude. Like, when I play Destiny, like when I launch it, and I think we can all, like, maybe if we're really honest with ourselves, admit to having this experience. Every time I open Destiny, there's like, it's not because I just want to play it. It's because I want to play it, and I hope that one day it'll be different.
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and like, at least there being mystery about the immediate future, gave me hope. 5 more years of like this. Yeah, it's sure it'll be the Steam launcher, but like this, like, base experience. Man, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I got that in me. Like, I would rather them just let the game die and like
Whoa, that's
work
dark.
on Destiny 3. Like, I just
I don't
well,
trust that at all. Like, I actually feel the opposite way. Like, I trust them a lot less to work on Destiny 3 because of what we experienced with Destiny 2. I'd much rather them just improve this experience. I think with Forsaken, in terms of PvE, not talking PvP at all, but in terms of PvE, they really fixed a lot of the core issues with the game. And if what Luke Smith is saying is true, each like Shadowkeep is the first big step towards making it more of an MMORPG. Like, I'm down for that. I don't
Yeah.
need them to go back to the drawing board and
yeah. How far can we really get into making it feel like an MMORPG with this core, like with these pieces? Like, yeah, we can rearrange the puzzle, but we still have like the same pieces, you know?
Well, I think that it actually has a better shot than making a new game because if you make a new game, it's just going to ship with so much less content. There's no way that they can make a deep experience. Like they'd have to take a decade to make the game, you know?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, true. Correct.
Yeah. And I
Damn,
mean, and
dude.
that's so risky. I mean, you look at like a game like Anthem, where they took 7 years and they still had no freaking content. I mean, at least
Yeah.
Destiny has an idea of what it is, so they wouldn't suffer from a lot of those issues. Did you guys see
Yeah.
what happened with Anthem this week?
No, it happened.
So, they were trying to do the same thing Destiny did, I guess, because like the redemption story is inspiring, and they had put out like a roadmap to like fixing the game and stuff. And they did their Cataclysm, and it didn't really like captivate the community or anything. That was like they're supposed to be their end game experience. Everyone was like, meh, this isn't great. So after the Cataclysm, it went away like this week. Then they posted a developer update, and they were like, yeah, we're abandoning the roadmap. Like
Holy
Uh,
shit.
it's not coming
That's
out. So
insane.
we'll let you know what we're doing with this game. Basically, it just sounds like they're dwindling down support for it
Oh yeah.
entirely.
Yeah. Dude, let me just say one more thing on the Destiny, the 5-year roadmap thing. One thing
Yeah.
I learned yesterday is that like, even if it hurts, I'd rather just be like let go than let on.
You are just letting your depression
Holy
like rule
shit.
your opinions right
No,
now.
here. Let me give you like a quote. I think it's an inspiring quote from my breakup text
Oh
that I
God.
got. Let me read this inspiring quote, and I would kind of wish that Destiny would just tell me this because it's liberating. I'm not going to ever give you what you want, and I don't think it's fair for me to keep pulling you along when I know you want something more. I'm just going to end up pushing you away, and you deserve someone that's going to be all in with you. I, I think we should stop seeing each other. If Destiny would just say that,
Yeah, I mean, if Destiny would just say that though, there's no. I don't think there's a replacement experience. So
Guys, welcome to Depressed Cast, dude.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I thought I was the emo one. What the fuck, bro?
Caught Huffy in rare form today, guys.
Holy shit. You good, dude?
Not really.
I love you, Huffy.
I love you too.
Dude, come down to Atlantic City tonight. I'm going out for my buddy's 30th. We're gonna get super drunk.
Dude, that sounds so sick. But I got a gig tonight. And I'm gonna be up on stage like like blowing
It
tears
won't
into
be a
my
spit valve, it'll
saxophone.
be a tear valve, dude.
Yeah,
Oh
bro.
no.
So what else do we see in that? Oh yeah, so in that 5-year vision, in terms of like the short term, like over the next year, they talked about like seasons 8 through 11, and basically said how like it's supposed to be a cohesive story. I'll believe that when I see it. I've never seen a cohesive story out of Destiny ever, but
Yeah.
whatever. We'll see. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. And also, I mean, I'm sure you're gonna love this part, Huffy. I did text you about this a couple days ago, but we're gonna be focusing on PvP for the entire next year. A renewed focus on PvP for an entire year.
It fucking blows my mind how just dishonest. It really does. It blows my mind. It blows my mind how little they respect PvP and how little time that they're willing to devote to it. It blows my mind that they were willing to give. That they were willing to devote an entire season worth of PVE experience. They were like, you know what, the Raiders, they don't get anything this season. We're gonna focus on Gambit.
Yeah.
We're gonna focus on this thing that's like not a core part of Destiny. and like that like is new, and like we're just gonna take a
I'm
big
gonna
risk.
defend that for a second though, because they planned that season pass before Gambit launched, and it looked like it was gonna be way cooler than it actually ended up being when it launched
Yeah.
in the game.
You know, I think that they knew what it was.
I don't think they did.
I don't think
they didn't
so,
give us
dude.
any. They didn't give it to the players to.
They
rip
took
it
a year and a
apart.
half building that experience. They admitted that to us. A year and a
Mhm.
half to build Gambit as a game mode, right? And
Yeah.
then like in the beta, like or when people got to play the beta of it, and when people got to play it at E3 and GuardianCon and PAX West, everyone loved it because of how curated of an experience it was. And then when it shipped in the real game, everyone hated it because of the meta weapons and ranged weapons and stuff like that.
The
Um,
sandbox is what killed it. Let's be real.
yeah, and I mean we've been harping on this forever. I feel like a broken record, but Gambit, PvP, PvE should have different sandboxes. It's not like a difficult concept. Like that is
Yeah.
the only way to fix these problems.
I mean, I feel like Gambit definitely could have been saved. Like, yeah, the meta is weird. The meta is kind of weird because of like the core systems in Gambit, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like the invading system, like it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't, there are like big problems there. And like we're just like rushing to, there's like 15 minutes like spread out, like within a Gambit match that is just like, yeah, let me race to these moats.
Mhm.
And then like let me collect as much heavy ammo as I can possibly get so that we can try to melt this boss. It's like that. Those are just bad systems.
Yeah, the heavy
Not
ammo,
good.
the on the moat collection thing, I feel the same way you do, but I will put out there that a lot of people who play Gambit love that. They really love like the PvE collecting modes, banking modes. They're not interested in the invasion part of the game at all.
I'm not interested in the invasion part of the game. I would rather that not be a part of it because it almost like destroys the experience.
I would
Because it's
definitely not
so
play it at all. I mean, like I don't really like it. I don't like it at all as it is, but if I'm forced to play it for quests, I just stand by the portal and invade the entire time.
yeah.
Because I don't like moat collecting and killing trash mobs.
I just feel like there's a lot more interesting stuff they could have done with the experience if they weren't like held back by the fact that every fucking 5 minutes somebody's gonna run through with an LMG and a sniper rifle, and like terrorize you. Just like whose idea was
Yeah. But
that?
remember though, there was no LMGs when Gambit shipped at
True.
all. They didn't exist.
Yeah.
There was like even in the curated experience we got to play, there was no like sleeper or like queen
Yeah.
breakers and stuff. That stuff just didn't exist.
Not to mention being able to see each person and where they're at as an invader is kind of fucked up. Like it
It's
it
super
defeats
fucked.
the purpose.
Right.
Like
But
you should have to hunt them rather than like, oh, they're right there, right there, right there. Okay, they're dead. Like
But
it's
so like
silly.
the problem is you have to like I know that they're trying to make that like a short-lived experience, like a high intensity action moment. But the problem is if you take the wall hacks away and only give them 30 seconds, it's way too big of a field to be looking for people. Like you
No,
just
it's not.
yeah,
You
I
just
think
use your brain. You literally so you spawn far away. Like generally, like you spawn on one of like three not currently being explored sectors. You only have to like look and be able to see one other part of the map to see if it's populated with mobs or not populated of mobs.
Yeah.
And then you can use a 50-50 process of elimination to head to part of the map. Like
there's 3 parts of the map and a spawn part, 4 if you want to count that.
Yeah,
yeah,
but
but
the
if they're in their
likeliness is they're
spawn,
gonna
like you're
be hunting down moats and enemies to kill rather than sitting in spawn hoping you go away.
yeah, if they choose to make that play and just sit in their spawn, like
Then you're gonna get spawn killed there.
yeah, I completely disagree. I think that would maybe it would nerf the shit out of invading.
Dude, I
That's
think even
fine.
with the wall hacks, people are able to get far enough away that you can't get to them by the time the timer expires. Like, I can't imagine
Yeah, but
without it.
that's not a fun part of the experience. Like, oh, let's run away from the invader. Like, at least with
It
if with
evens the playing
no
field.
yeah, at least it would kind of be like shark in the water or whatever. Like you're in the pool and your eyes are closed and your fucking brother is down there with a snorkel trying to grab your ankles. Like, at least it's somehow elevated.
You
Yeah,
have to have some kind of advantage, otherwise
you
the
have. Michael said you
4v1.
had radar advantage, and that's true.
Yeah.
What radar advantage?
Like
You have them
only
on your
see,
radar. You only
you
see
have
the
them on your
enemy.
radar.
Oh,
You only-
because you do see the enemies as allies or whatever, so they
Yeah.
show up as like yellow or something weird.
Yeah, but they're not red or what you're going after. I mean,
Yeah.
you still know where they're at.
In PvP and PvE, radar distances work differently. It's very unsettling in Gambit because things like PvE enemies show up.
They still show up as a slice of pie instead of like a little
They,
circle.
they do show up as a slice of pie, but they show up as a slice of pie from closer distances. A PvP enemy will actually begin to ping your radar from much farther away in Gambit. So if you're in the middle of the map and your PvE enemies are on one side and there's nothing on the other, but you still see red, it's most likely a PvE enemy because he'll ping your radar faster. But it's very disconcerting, whereas like the PvP player only has to deal with like the slice of red that pops up for them. But
look, I mean, I'd be open to trying it, like testing the game mode in that way. But I really do think that the short period of time during an invasion without
Just turn your
the
HUD
wall
off when you
hacks-
play. You'll be good. It's the same thing.
I don't think it would be as
You
as
want to
good
test
of
it
an
out. I'm just saying. You're getting an option to test it out.
I mean, there's a lot more information in the HUD than just that. So
Just turn your colorblind settings to Tritanopia and then wear rose-colored glasses, and you won't be able to see your radar at all.
there you go.
You might actually enjoy Gambit with your rose-colored glasses on too.
I need some rose-colored glasses right now.
God damn it, Huffy.
I love you.
Michael's talking about the overshield. To be clear though, the overshield isn't that much in regular Gambit. It's only in Gambit Prime with the Invader set that it's like super obnoxious like that. It gives you like 400 and something health or something ridiculous. But in regular Gambit, it's nothing like that. It's just a normal overshield, not double health or anything.
Yeah, I get it, but like if they're gonna have wall
So
hacks on
1v4
you,
into this fucking meta.
Well, in Gambit Prime, I've already talked about this a million times, and it is completely lopsided. Like, I don't know what the hell they were thinking with the Invader perks. Like, you come in, you lock their bank down, dude. They can't bank any of their moats. You know, like, who has the most valuable amount of moats because you can see it over their heads, so you know who to chase down. Or if they all decide to run, then you can just go stand by their bank and drain their moats and siphon them off of them, and they have no choice but to deal with you, and you have 450 health. Hi, Luke.
And a bubble, and one-eyed mask, and bottom tree striker. You're like, come
Well,
on.
I mean, I wouldn't really use that stuff in
I know, I'm just being a dickhead.
the 6-shooter
Yeah.
golden gun is really like the most egregious thing I think you could use in that situation.
Have you dealt with a bubble sitting on your bank? It's annoying as shit.
Yeah, I
You
can
can't do anything
imagine
about
that
it.
too.
You can't do anything about it.
Yeah, that actually is like really funny. I was watching just like some Sheik videos, some DFP, where he just like would run in during boss damage phases and just like put the bubble on top of everyone in their well and just like melee them because they were all just like focused on DPSing the bosses, and he's just like punching them all.
Oh my
Especially
god.
Helma Same 14.
Yeah.
They can't see anything. They're done.
So funny, dude.
Wow.
So funny.
Well, that's interesting. But this overall, the Vidoc actually got me really hyped. Like, I'm excited
They know
for
how to make
Shadowkeep.
a hype, dude. They know how to hype. They really do.
They're great
You
at
know,
marketing stuff.
Mhm.
They are. But I was talking about this with Maple too. Like, I'm kind of tired of seeing the same Vidoc over and over and over and over and over again. Like, they are really good at making this video, but this is the video that they make. They're like, oh, here's the thing. We go like back and forth between the gameplay and us in the office saying that we're listening. Like that's what the experience is. It's like, look at these cool screenshots. We're listening to you. We're changing the experience. Look at all this cool stuff. Don't worry. Here's all the stuff that we're doing that you asked us to do because we have ears. And it's like
I mean,
if
I
you get
kind of hear
broken,
that for what they had to say for the minute and a half of the PvP stuff, but for everything else, I think they were just talking about the game that they want it to be. They were just talking about like their vision for what they want this game to be and how it's evolving into that game. And I mean, I do think it's improved tremendously since launch, and I
I
want to
agree.
see what the next step with that they have in mind is.
We haven't gotten to see the what the non-Activision Bungie has to give us too. So this is going to be an interesting thing to see. Like I think they are listening, and they've been putting all of our thoughts into Shadowkeep Beyond. We haven't had a chance to see it yet, so
For
we've
PvE.
yeah, we've definitely gotten some tastes. I'm just, I'm just worried. I'm worried about another PvP dev leaving.
Yeah, I don't.
Just
Lars Bach or I'm sorry, Tocom. Tocom's
yeah,
leaving. He said that not yet, but he said that he's shipping
the new game mode.
the new game
something
mode,
control, momentum control.
momentum control, and that's going to be his last contribution to the PvP team. Again,
Which
it
makes us
doesn't
wonder
worry
who
me
is
that
the
people are
PvP.
moving on. What worries me is we don't know who is on the existing PvP team and what their vision is. They never talk. So that's
Yeah.
something that I would like to see change.
To know who these people are, yeah, for sure.
Well, because all
Yeah.
we know is who's left.
Yeah, but not who is left.
Yeah. All right. So moving on to the raid, they're talking about the contest modifier, and basically, if you get to 920, you're gonna be set because you won't get an advantage over
Yeah.
920.
I saw
Which will
Carolina
be really
Gamer
easy.
saying 918 is like basically minimum. You don't want to go in any lower than that.
Okay. I mean, it's gonna be so easy, dude, because like the soft cap we already know is 900, so we'll be 900 in like 15 minutes. Turn in a
Hopefully,
bunch of
I
crucible
mean
tokens.
they might do something funny on us. Who
They're
knows?
not.
So
I mean,
Not this
they're calling
close.
it a soft cap. I don't know why they would change like what that means.
probably because the artifact lets us go unlimited past that. So I don't know.
I mean, it lets you go unlimited past the hard cap. That's the point of the
Oh,
artifact.
true. Yeah, I don't know.
So the soft cap is still like you. This does not require powerful rewards. You can just get any reward in the game, and it'll be higher. The idea.
Yeah, so hopefully it won't take us too long then.
So that's only 20 light levels in 4 days. That'll be no problem.
20 light levels.
Yeah.
Wait, from 750 to 920?
20 hard light levels,
Right.
like 20 from like soft cap.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
So you go in, turn in a bunch of tokens, and then you got 20 light levels to go.
Fair. Okay.
That's basically what it comes down to. So I think that is a lot lower than I expected, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, with Forsaken, when that launched, we had 100 hard light levels to work with.
I think they noticed how much we struggled with that, and they realized that. So
Yeah, but I mean, everybody's going to be starting free to play at like
750.
750.
Yeah.
Yeah, like fuck.
But those people won't be able to play the raid unless they buy the game, so.
true.
Yeah. But it's just like crazy that like I don't know, it's just that's a pretty tight experience,
Yeah. They're like making it seem longer with the soft level, but to me that's just like I don't know. They might as well have just made it a 50 light bump. It's just gonna be like a material burn. Is all it's gonna be. I mean, the new players are gonna get screwed. They're gonna have to do things, I guess. But that's just gonna be a material burn for me.
Yeah.
So there's a new belt. Looks like all the other belts. There's an emblem. Weird thing.
Look terrible.
Yeah, both of them don't look good.
They're just squares, dude. Squares and rectangles, dude. Just squares.
Vex
and rectangles.
themed. Like, especially the 24-hour one looks super plain, which I'm kind of just bummed about, so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks
no one likes
terrible.
camo colors,
Yeah.
and camo colors have nothing to do with the Vex.
Also, where did they get my my backsplash? Like, I'm a little mad about that. All right, I want my
Right.
backsplash back.
Right, dude.
Yeah. There's no more guaranteed exotic for the world's first team. Taking
Nice,
that
though.
away. Because because they don't want another Dado mishap where team 2 thinks they won the world's first but actually didn't. That's a dumb reason to get rid of it, but
Yeah, that can't be it, dude. Because like that was great for the game. Like I don't know, it was fun. It was like an experience. Like people were mad, but like it was also kind of great. It was like people getting on Twitter and like I mean Dado trending on Twitter like right after that experience. Like that's not bad for anyone, you know?
yeah,
It's really not.
I don't think he was like mad about it to the point where he was like, Bungie, you need to fix this problem. Like, no.
Yeah.
So
I mean, a bunch of them just like deleted it. Like 2 or 3 of them deleted it when they got to the tower. They were like, "Didn't deserve this."
might have gotten it by RNG though. You never know.
Right. All 6 of them.
Oh yeah. Oh, and that's another good point. Like, there's a theory that the raid exotic might not be a random drop. That it might be a quest. Like
It should be.
Like what was the King's Fall one that you had to put together?
The Touch of Malice.
Touch of Malice, yeah. So
yeah, I don't know. I disagree. I like the fact that there are these super rare drops that like make me kind of want to do these raids.
Well, but here's the thing though. It only makes you want to do the last encounter of the raid.
It's something, dude.
I've been saying for a
to say
while
yes.
the problem isn't that like cuz I don't care. I still don't have an anarchy and that wouldn't piss me off so much if like doing the raid there was a chance for me to get something along the way that was actually worthwhile. But everything sucks. Like all of the raid weapons suck. The frickin' like especially Crown of Sorrows. Oh my god. Every weapon is terrible. Especially the exotic is terrible. Everything's terrible. Like what were they thinking with that loot?
It's a great shotgun.
For PvP. Like that, I mean that's weird.
Getting nerfed to shit.
Wait, what?
It's not getting nerfed.
What's getting nerfed?
The Emperor's Courtesy, the 1-2 punch.
Oh, 1-2 punch.
Yeah, but the 1-2 punch is not a perk that you'd want on it anyway.
For PvE stuff, it is.
Yeah, but you would never use that shotgun for PvE.
Who's why? Why would? Okay. Anyway,
no, I think he's right. Honestly, you would use you'd want to use the Gambit or the Reckoning one over that with 1-2 punch.
For PvP, sure, but
no, for PvE.
Yeah.
Why would you use the Emperor's Courtesy over like? Why would you use that archetype shotgun?
Because people were soloing Riven with it.
The Emperor's Courtesy?
Yeah.
Because of the perk or the shotgun?
Because of 1-2 punch and the Liar's Handshake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I thought we were using the Gambit shotgun.
I thought it was the Gambit one.
I mean, you can use both, honestly. What it comes down to is it's not that terrible of a shotgun because of that. That's you were saying that everything from it's shit, not everything from it's shit. Like that gun in particular.
In like a very niche way, yes.
Right, that's fair.
Well, that shotgun is a great PvP shotgun and apparently a great PvE shotgun. So, like, there's one weapon.
Right.
And Lenny has the God rolled PvP version and will never use it.
That's true.
That was bad.
But I mean, like, look at they've got like the Gaul runs right hand and the scout rifle and
oh no,
I mean they look pretty cool.
The Apex Predator, that thing is like, okay, as far as
Apex
Predator go, it's great. But I get Galahad's right hand every fucking time. How many more right hands does this man have? I'm tired of it, dude. No more.
But those weapons like look awesome thematically.
They look great, yeah.
You know what's weird is I never even put it on. Like I didn't even know it was bad, and when I got it, I was like, yeah, I probably should get rid of that. Like, I just knew it wasn't going to be any good, you know?
It was an auto rifle. You weren't going to use it anyways. Let's be
Or
real.
or the pulse rifle or the scout rifle.
The
Oh,
Scout's actually not bad. I've been using the Scout lately for Scout stuff, and it's actually pretty good.
so I have something to mention that is going to scare the shit out of Huffy here.
Uh-oh.
What?
Clever dragon meta incoming. I was looking at the numbers. I mean, Redrix is going to be a problem. We can talk about that in a second, but the numbers for the rapid fire pulses, since they buffed the damage in PvP, is going to be higher than it was with the Clever Dragon in Destiny 1. Slightly. Like 1 damage point higher to the body and head. It's a huge buff. I think it was like 20% or something like that. It's like, that's gonna hurt, dude. I have,
Dude, it would have been fine without cross save, but
okay.
now that we're gonna have a whole bunch of people on controller with pulse rifles, that's gonna
Yeah.
fucking suck, dude.
Mhm.
Oh, it would have been fine if everyone was just on M&K, bro.
um, I didn't know that this could roll, but when I was farming for a spare rations, this is what got me interested in this. I realized I got an Outlast, and I looked at it, and I was like, "Are you kidding me with this?" I got one with rangefinder and rampage. Apparently that's a thing, and a range masterwork and a full bore. So, I mean, I know they're adjusting the range stat on pulses just like they are
Yo,
with
you
hand
have
cannons.
that much range. There's nothing you
But-
can do about it.
But that's gonna be nuts.
Yep. I am interested. Um, I'm interested to see what happens. Because we've talked a lot about range fall off. But I wonder if in Bungie's system, range fall off and range fall on operate under the same numbers, because there is and I think if they do, then it can be very good for the game. But if they don't, it might be really weird, because there is an amount of the range stat causes the weapon to work best at like an optimal range, and then everything on both sides of that is worse. So if you are incredibly close to someone with a high range weapon, you have less weapon magnetism to their head, and it is like harder to get that headshot than if you were like at the optimal range of the weapon. That can be seen especially easily if you want to test it. You can go into PvP with a scout rifle with a high aim assist stat, high range stat, and shoot someone from across the map, and you'll get incredibly good bullet magnetism, and then try to headshot them from like, the other side of like from heavy to like the edge on Endless Veil, and you'll notice that it's much harder to get a headshot. I'm interested if those numbers are going to be affected by the range follow stats, because if they are, then rushing people, like rushing into pulse ranges with hand cannons, will be effective because they won't operate as well at closer ranges as well, you know. But
That's interesting.
if that stat is not changed, then I think it would be toxic.
Well, another thing is I'm okay with hand cannons doing less damage from further away, but I hope that the accuracy does not get nerfed in that way, because I mean, they're talking about range fall off. I'm just hoping that it has more to do with the actual damage numbers than it does the accuracy of the weapons, because if it just like the cone opens up at the end and if they become these wildly inaccurate RNG bullet ghost bullet weapons, it's gonna feel terrible.
Well, the cones won't open up, but the ghost bullets will.
That means the same thing.
Well, yeah, it does. It does. Kinda. But yeah, I think that you're definitely gonna be getting ghost bullets at range. 100%. 100%.
Well,
That's just
I
how
don't
the
know
stat
why.
works. It's just how the stat works.
I like
Well,
ghouls.
no, I mean like that when they first tuned auto rifles, they made this like fall off curve. They had to build it into the game because auto rifles they couldn't rein them in at the beginning of Destiny 1. And they like auto rifles didn't become less accurate. Like you could still go into Destiny 1 now and map people with a Suros, but it'll just do like 2 damage at range.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I still feel like I get like a lot of ghost bullets with the auto rifles at range. I feel like less shots connect. Definitely does not feel
I mean, I
as
could see
accurate to
like if
me.
the recoil kicks you off. I do think though that like they have that system in place. Like they don't have to necessarily rein in the accuracy in that way.
I mean, they'd have a lot of systems in place, and when they talk about these things, we're not exactly sure which one of these tiny functions that they're like actually planning on ingesting.
Yeah.
We kind of just have overall what they're like feeding us that they're planning on doing.
Yeah, the
So we'll have to
wording
see
makes
what
it
numbers they
confusing.
actually tweak.
Uh, so small update. Eddie let me know this at the beginning of the episode, but if you
Yep.
guys have heard about the Jotun being totally broken, luckily Bungie has got wind of it, and they are disabling Jotun for the day 1 raid.
We ended up melting Riven with 4 people and Jotuns.
Nice.
We ended up melting the Spire Star Boss with 5 people and Jotuns. And dogs with Jotuns were one shot. It was
Well,
great.
Swetsicle and Eror made a video of them 2-manning Riven with just Jotuns.
No, yeah, it's dumb. It's absolutely insane. Like it's a fucking joke.
It's pretty great.
And apparently, so the bug that exists right now, you can't do this on console because it's tied to frame rate.
Mhm.
If you stand close enough that you do damage to yourself with the explosion, it just does like exponentially more damage the higher your frame rate is.
It's hilarious. It's fucking hilarious.
It's actually funny because it's like easy to achieve on PC because if you stand close enough to anything that obstructs most of your view, you can jack your frame rate way up. It's only when you have like a big view of the whole world that it's
bring your
harder.
resolution down to Minecraft levels, and you're good too.
Yeah.
Nah,
So
that's so funny.
you can do a lot of damage. It's pretty nuts.
Can you imagine everybody streaming World's First race at 360?
Yeah, right.
You know?
That's why they're disabling it, dude. Because that's
Yeah.
exactly what happened.
Yeah.
That's funny, bro. That's funny. That's really funny, dude. It'd be like Stretch Res Fortnite all over again, bro. All the fucking giant streams, and you're just staring at like a fisheye.
It's so funny how like every time they think they have all the frame rate issues fixed, like another thing pops up that just
Some
does
other
broken
sleeper
numbers of
nonsense.
damage.
Makes you wonder what else you jack up the frame rate for. It'll do more damage.
Yeah. Super funny. But I'm super excited. We're like a
Yeah.
week away. I'm doing tons of prep, even though I don't have to. Think I'm gonna try and see if I can be a part of the max level raid race. You know, see if I can.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Nah.
I have a lot of stuff prepped, dude. I don't foresee them nerfing like pinnacles and exotic quests and stuff like that because since contest is on, there's really no reason to. And XP bounties. So I've got like I did all of the Iron Banner bounties. Fucking kill me. Like playing on Warlock solo queue on my laptop was the worst thing ever. But I've got all my Iron Banner bounties. I've got all my materials saved up. I've got like 2 Ace of Spades, Malfeasances, Last Words, all
How
that
do you
shit.
have those? Didn't you do those during last time?
You can do them on multiple characters. No, I did other stuff last time. I did like breaknecks and other pinnacle weapons and stuff like that. So.
Well, fuck me, because I got all that shit done. I guess I'm SOL for being a person who plays the game.
What, you did it on all 3 characters? Every quest? Why?
Because I'm bored.
And you just turned them in? You get the same weapons?
Game's not giving me content, dude. What do you do?
Oh my god.
That's funny.
Weird.
I'm weird. What do you want?
That is funny, dude. I am
Listen.
lolling.
You're lolling too hard, dude. I can see it in your face.
I'm lolling really hard.
Guys, I've never seen have Huffy laugh this hard. It's insane.
all I got, guys. So
That's it.
Nice.
This has been DepressingCast.
This has been DepressingCast, dude.
we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Oh,
Bye.
bye.